Hiya Steve, so taking a look now at these swings, if we look on the left hand side, this was kind of your before swing. As we said, there wasn't really much kind of torso movement. Your arms are doing a lot of the work there, lifting that club very much outside the line. We can see the club head here at this point now, it's sort of level with your hands, very much outside and away from your body with not really much, say, rotation from that hip and that shoulder. I think that really came from sort of the lack of confidence with the movement that you were making, and therefore just trying to make less of a move to be less wrong. And then as you get to sort of halfway back now, the club at this point, very, very steep. So with no body rotation, no depth in your arms, that club now is going to go very, very steep. And you can almost see now you're sort of rising up with your quads there and your thighs, lifting up a little bit, getting higher and higher and moving, in fact, towards the golf ball. As you now then come back down, your body kind of has to rotate towards the target. As we can see that club shaft pretty much dissecting the golf ball there now. That's going to lend itself to a lot of Healy strikes, both shanks and sort of shots at knobble low left, or if you then pull your arms into your body, you may get a big old slice where you can see that ball just scuttling on the ground there with no real loft on that golf club. If you catch the shaft of the golf club, there's no loft. So the feeling really for you now, as we go back, right shoulder, right hip, really want to try and sort of initiate that back, so they're sort of turning behind you here now, getting that sensation the club is moving back more with the torso turn. So we can see again at halfway back when the club head and the hands are kind of level, sort of parallel to the ground, the club head now is here. If we compare that to where you were, the club head here now way outside your hand, so you're getting more kind of depth with your arms, much better turn and rotation. The club now is a lot less steep, your hands now working more behind you. As you then come back to the golf ball, we can see the shaft now coming into that golf ball, travelling from a much better direction, taking away the chance or the likelihood of hitting that shank or the hod of the golf club. We can then just rotate through, strike the middle of the screen, ball fly down the range nicely. So I think the feeling really, as we discussed in the session, just almost that sort of like pass the parcel kind of move. You sort of just, you're passing something to someone on your right, as you then come through, you're passing something to someone on your left, just moving the torso side to side, handing it from right to left, back and forth. So the movement of the golf club around your body is coming from the torso. The lifting element of the golf swing is coming with your arms, your elbows and your wrists there as that club goes back. So we get a bit more body movement in that backswing. That club's going to work more around you on a better angle, get that strike on that golf ball more efficient. And like I said, I think when you go to the range, start off with shots that are going to be a lot shorter. So maybe some swings just about here kind of thing, and then just sort of chip them forward down the range, maybe 30, 40 yards, and then build the swing up gradually to make it a little bit longer. So maybe we're going 70, 80, up to 100. And then once you get sort of the wedge 9 up to that 110 sort of mark, then we'll start changing clubs, going to a longer club. So kind of not rebuilding the swing from scratch, but just sort of building up the confidence and the ability to strike the golf ball and get that ball flying straighter and further. So I hope that all makes sense, buddy. Any questions, obviously give me a shout. And if you're down the range, like I said, send some videos through to me. We can take a look and see where things are at. Just make sure you're making some good progress on the range while you're practicing and not sort of encouraging another bad move somewhere else. So yeah, give me a shout when you see you next lesson, and I will see you soon. Cheers, buddy.